Hi there, Soul Tribe family, and welcome to a very impromptu and surprise weekend forecast readings. This is a taped show, but I'm going to be putting this out as a live on Friday night. So you guys can talk and there will be a live chat and you all can talk in the live chat. So we'll be kind of live, but not really. It's taped, but I'll be lurking in the live chat and there will be a live chat. I'll put it out as a live. Tomorrow night it will be really live. And that is the big Saturday night live show with current events and viral headline news. That is really live, not taped. And I believe Asri and I will be taping a show on Sunday. And then I'll be putting that out as a live on Sunday night at some point. But that will be, I'll let you know on Sunday. So you'll get me Wednesday. Where did Wednesday come from? This is Friday. It is November 14th, and I'm taping this a little bit after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. All right. Oh, yeah, it's getting, can you believe we're in the middle of November? I still can't get over the fact that summer ended. I mean, seriously, summer just ended. So where is time going? I'm confused. Time is flying. All right. So this is a taped show, but we'll be putting this out as a live tonight. So there will be a live chat and I will be in the live chat lurking. And tomorrow night show, I haven't done the thumbnail yet. I'll do the thumbnail tomorrow morning and I'll put that out tomorrow. That's actually live. We'll be doing live readings and I'll be doing my X account like I do every Saturday night. That's the big show. And yes, Asri and I will be taping a show in sometime during the day on Sunday, and we'll be putting that out later on that evening. Folks, I do a psychic live every other week, at least twice a month, and I was completely sold out last week when I did a psychic live, and I was doing year-end forecast readings, and I sold out, and I had to actually cut people off, even though I had a certain amount and that was it. People were doing super chats, so I had to cut people off. And it's always better to have too many people buy your readings than not enough. But since they were a big hit, and I do wish a psychic live every other week instead of every week, I am doing a special reading for those that missed out last Friday and they don't want to wait until, I'll probably do them this coming Friday again. But I have the year-end forecast readings that I did last Friday, which I was sold out. I will be doing them via email. Okay. I will do them via email. However, I'm only selling 20 of them. Okay. So there's only 20. Once I'm sold out, I'm sold out. So it's first come, first serve. They're via email. Once all I ask is that you buy them, you put your email and you put your name in. You have to make sure you put your name in, and I will send you a year-end forecast reading via email. They'll take 3 to 4 business days. If you purchase it on a weekend, it will be considered purchased on the following Monday, the very next Monday. Yes, and so there are only 20 of those. Once I sell 20, that's it. And then it takes me a little while to do them. And then I'll probably do them next Friday as well when I go and I do a psychic live along with the yes and no questions. I'm not positive yet. We'll see how it goes. So if you are interested in a year-end forecast reading, this is obviously what you can expect between now and the end of the year. Via email, I'll do a general reading and you'll get the main bullet points as what you can expect. Now the link to this special reading is underneath in the description of this video. This is not available on my website. I haven't put this on my website. It's only available on my Buy Me a Coffee page. So if you want a year-end forecast reading via email, you have to go underneath the description of this video and click on the special link. It is not available on my website, just so you know, okay? So you have to go underneath this video and click on the link. And yeah, I think that's it for announcements. Yeah. Oh, folks, obviously, this has been selling out. Everyone loves this skin formula from Sorona. This is my most popular product. People love this. And I've been getting emails because some people don't know how to buy it. In the description of this show and all my shows are all my links. The link to my website, the link to my Sorona page, all of my social media links. I'm on X because that's where I get my information from my big Saturday Night Live show. So I'm on X, I'm on Instagram, and all the information is underneath the description of all of my shows and or videos, whether live or I'm doing a video. This is the product that I love. This is the product where if you have crow's feet, you spray this and you start to see instant improvement overnight. I'm not a doctor, all right? I'm not giving medical advice, but the skin formula, this is phenomenal for wrinkles, crow's feet. When I did a show about 3 weekends ago on a Saturday night, I was on with the CEO, Lucas Ethan. I was a guest on Truth Stream with Joe and Scott. That's where I found out about Sorona. I would never, ever promote products. I never was going to. I've been asked by many companies and I always refuse. But Scott and Joe, specifically Joe, sent me a bunch of Sorona products and said, try these. And if you want, you can do a show with Ethan Lucas. And I met him. He's a patriot. He's a Christian. He's a truther. I like his products. They work really, really well. So if you're interested in this, there was a man on the show. There was a man that he went to. He had this itchy red rash type psoriasis thing. For 30 years, he went to all kinds of doctors, dermatologists, couldn't get a hold on it. It would keep coming back. He used this skin spray for a month and it was done. It was gone. And there's the before and afters. And all the information on it. It goes underneath your skin. It's like the mist. It gets in, and all the information on that is underneath the description of the show. But people are like, "Lady, do you look young?" Yeah, I have good genes because I'm Italian, and Italians have oily skin, but I take care of my skin as well. All right, folks. And cheers in Slancha, water with lemon. I love water. All right, let's do like I did midweek. I did 3 readings and 3 readings as to what God and Yeshua have in store for you, want you to know for your weekend in the upcoming week. And instead of doing pick a deck, I'm going to do 3 readings, and either 1 will resonate with you, all 3 will resonate with you, only 2 will resonate with you, or there will be different aspects of the reading that will resonate with you. In other words, I'm doing a collective reading, so you take what resonates with you and you leave the rest. And that's how we do it with collective readings. I got a lot of positive feedback, though. A lot of the readings, if not all 3, resonated with a lot of people. The last video I made midweek, I forget, I did it either Monday. I don't forget when I did it. I'm in time warp. I'm in time warp. I don't know about you, but let me know in the comment section how you've been sleeping, because I can't get a full night's sleep. I might have gotten like 1 or 2, but it seems like the norm is I am tired by 7 or 8. It gets dark at 4:30 now here in New England, south of Boston. And then you want to go to bed by 7 or 8. It feels like it's 11 or midnight, and I'm like fighting to stay up. So I'll do exercise at night because I'll do anything to stay up because I'm exhausted. Right. And then because I've been up early and I'm not sleeping. So then I'll make it till about 10 or 11, go to sleep. And then I'm up by 1 or 2. Today I was up at 3 I was up from like 3 to 6. Then I'm tired and I have to go back to bed. it's just, sleeping is just, if you can get it in. There's so much going on with the upgrades. And that's what Asri and I are going to be talking about on Sunday. We're going to be talking about the energies and how the upgrades and the information and that 1111 portal. I don't really make a big deal out of these portals and these like 1111, 1212 portals and stuff like that. But I really have to say, I really felt it. I woke up in the middle of the night on 1111 and I really felt different. I got some epic downloads and messages. So we'll be talking about how the energies, the upgrades, the 3A Atlas, and all that on Sunday. All right, folks. So I'm going to do 3 readings from 3 different tarot decks. And as I said before, take what resonates and what you feel is a message for you and leave the rest out of all 3 or 1 or whatever. Use your intuition, your gut. This isn't your first rodeo. And as always, please let me know in the comment section which resonated with you and why. I read them all. I don't read them right away. Paula gets the first round, and then when I relax at night, I go back and I read them. All right, here we go, folks. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, can I get a general reading for anyone that's watching now? What can they expect starting this weekend and the upcoming week? And today's November 14th, Friday the 14th. What can anyone watching this video expect? What messages do you have for them, Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua the Christ, for this weekend and upcoming week? What messages do you have? What say you, Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua the Christ? All right, folks, my nose is running and I don't like to pause the video and stop it. I like to keep it flowing. All right, so we have King of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, 6 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. All right, now we picked 4 that. I'm going to pick one of these. We'll do it a little different this time. And these are just cards I got. They're called the Loving Messages Oracle. I got this. Somebody gave me those as a gift. Here we go. Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua the Christ. Can I get any additional information in regards to this reading for anyone that's watching now? This particular spread. Any additional information? What say you, Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua the Christ? All right, so let's turn this up. This is all about, the card we got is healthy choices, and it's self-love, self-care, being happier, love, and life. And that's what the card looks like. Okay, and like we said, we got the King of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the 6 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. So, along with the healthy choices. So, I'm getting that it's all about taking care of yourself, self-care and self-love, and making healthy choices in your relationships. Because of this, with the 8 of Cups, there's going to be choices to walk away from certain circumstances and certain people. It's never easy. It's always difficult. Even if these people drive you up the wall. Okay? And it's always difficult because they're usually people that you love, and maybe they're in your family and you're kind of stuck with them, and or they've been in your life for a long time. There's a friendship, or it could be a situation where there is a work relationship and it's very toxic and you need to walk away, Whatever the case may be, it's not easy making a healthy choice and putting up boundaries and saying no more. I can no longer work in this toxic environment with this, bipolar boss that treats me like crap. I can no longer be in this relationship that no longer serves my highest good, where I'm miserable, where I'm mistreated. I can no longer be in this situation where I'm unhappy, I'm unfulfilled, I'm disrespected. So there's going to be come to terms moment and hard decisions to walk away from people and circumstances. Okay. And I'm getting with the Six of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Okay. There's two situations. It could be situations with loved ones. Now, the Six of Cups is all about children. So it could be having to put boundaries up with your children and not completely walking away from them, with saying, listen, until you treat me a certain way, don't come around and don't call me. I'm not being disrespected. Putting up boundaries and saying, listen, I can't dedicate my whole life to you. You have to grow up. Maybe saying, I can talk to you every other day, but I can't be available for you 24/7. I have to put myself first. I have a life as well. Maybe it's not necessarily walking away completely, but walking away and leaving the door ajar, leaving the door open a little bit and saying, listen, I only have time for you. I can only talk for 20 minutes, or I can't help you every day. I can't babysit for you every day, or I can't be there for you every day. I have a life. I have my own life. I have my own boyfriend, my own husband, whatever the case may be. It's putting up boundaries too, and maybe walking away, or it's just walking away for a month and saying, look, I just need a month or a few weeks or time to myself, and don't call me, I'll call you, that sort of thing. Because the Six of Pentacles, it's all about family and children and young ones, but it's also about innocence and nourishing and purity. And I'm getting that if you make healthy choices and put yourself first, and it's all about, self-care, loving yourself and taking care of yourself and taking charge of your life and taking responsibility for your life. When you take responsibility for yourself, you take responsibility for how people treat you. And sometimes you have to teach people how to treat you. And sometimes people don't like it when you all of a sudden change the rules and you put up healthy boundaries, but you have to do what you have to do in order to nourish yourself, in order to take care of yourself, in order to give back yourself to yourself and make sure that your cup is full. Because if your cup is full, you have nothing to give anyone else. And then when it's emptied, your cup is empty, you get resentful. Okay. I'm also getting with the King of Pentacles too. You'll be able to do this in a very diplomatic way and not worry about how people feel, and take your emotions and other people's emotions and kind of see it from a bird's eye view and perspective. This also could be, though, too, you doing this in your professional work, in your career, in your environment. If you are a boss and a leader, you could be letting somebody go because they're just not towing the line and they're not doing the work, or they're taking advantage of your kindness, or they're toxic. Whatever the case may be, this week you're going to find out with the Page of Wands. Once you make healthy choices, you practice self-love and self-care. Okay? You become happier. You have more zest, and you're full of life, and you have enthusiasm. The Page of Wands is having a whole new zest for life. It's discovering things about yourself and others. It's having zest, enthusiasm. It's making plans. After being in the doldrums because you're focusing on other people and other people are bringing you down. Once you decide to put up boundaries, to walk away from circumstances, to leave people or situations behind, and put yourself first. When you make these healthy choices, excuse me, that's when you have a whole new lease on life. And you become like a child, like the Six of Cups. And you become interested in life again and discovery, and you become enthusiastic, and you want to learn and you want to grow. And it's all about the wonderment and being like innocent, like a child again. And when you do that, you have wanderlust and you start making plans and you start becoming interested in life again. And you have a spark and enthusiasm and you want to learn, you want to grow, and you want to discover new things about the world and yourself. Beautiful, beautiful card. You heal yourself when you put yourself first and you practice self-care and make healthy choices. And I think there's a lot of people that need this message because they're constantly giving to others, especially, I feel, your family and your children, to the point that it's a detriment to yourself. You have to make healthy choices. Sometimes they're hard. When you walk away, you end relationships or you put boundaries or you say you need your space. And then, don't call me, I'll call you, but they're necessary. It's necessary because you're being drained. And sometimes the people that you love, they're not evil. They don't mean to, but they can become needy and energetic vampires. And then you become resentful. And then there's fights. And what happened is that you will explode or you'll become sick because dis-ease becomes disease or illness. Okay. So that is reading number 1. Sorry. Little frog in my throat. So that is indicative that the people that resonated with group number 1, you're holding back. You have to clear your throat chakra. There's things that you've been holding back and you need to say. As long as you say them assertively with love and kindness in the best way possible, you're not responsible for how people take what you say. Again, as long as you say it with love and kindness, sometimes people need to hear things that might hurt their feelings, but you need to be honest with them. It's not like you're purposely trying to hurt their feelings, but you need to speak up for yourself and be assertive because people are walking on you. And usually when I get like a frog in my throat, it's indicative of a blocked throat chakra. That means you need to speak up and not be afraid. Like I said, you're not responsible for how people respond to things. You're not responsible for how people act, how people behave, and how people perceive things. As long as you're not purposely trying to hurt somebody, you're not responsible for people's reactions. All right. It's all about self-care and self-love and putting yourself first and putting up boundaries for reading number 1. Now we're on to reading number 2. Here we go. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua the Christ, what messages do you have for those that are watching now for this weekend and the week coming up? Any advice, anything that somebody watching needs to know? What say you? Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua the Christ. Now I say the weekend and the week and the upcoming week because the tarot is not the best with time. So this is obviously, these readings could be already happening to you now, things that have already happened in the recent past, or they're coming up imminent. All right, here we go. Put these up here. So we got the Judgment card, which is a major arcana. 4 of Wands. Already there's going to be big decisions in terms of relationships and commitments. 6 of Cups and children and families. And King of Pentacles and about business and money. All about relationships and business and taking it to the next level. I'll tell you right now. I'm seeing it right now. All right, what do we have in the other deck now? Here we go. Holy God, Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua the Christ. What else do you have for those that are watching? A message to go along with the 4 cards I just picked. What say you, Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua the Christ? Cut down, cutting out, separation, stop the pattern, and silent treatment. Okay. All right. So with the Judgment card, it's all about taking stock in your life, doing introspection and evaluating your life. You're at a crossroads and you know that there is a situation. There is a place that you want to be. You see where you want to go and you're deciding, I need to get there. Okay. And it's in terms of a relationship. Okay. This is your life partner. This is somebody that either you're married to or you want to marry, because I got the Four of Wands. So this is either a living partner, somebody that you want to be serious with, somebody you want to live with, somebody that you want to marry, or somebody that is you want to be fully committed to. This is a life partner. Okay, and you're deciding that this is it. You want to be with this person. The Judgment card is saying, I'm ready. It's shit or get off the pot time. It's seeing where I want. It's taking stock in my life and deciding I want this person. Okay, I want this person. All right. And with this person, I want a family, or there will be a blended family. I have to take on this person's family, because I get a lot of these is going to be second families and second marriages. So it's taking on their children and their family and blending families. All right. But it's also about cutting out the dead wood and cutting out things that no longer serve you, and having to make some sacrifices in order to get where you need to be. Now, I am getting that the first reading and this reading is blending in, and this is more specific. Okay, so this is a very specific reading. So if this doesn't resonate with you, it's not for you. If it does resonate with you, keep listening, because I'm getting that there is a situation where you're ready to move on. You've met the right person, but your adult children or your teenage children are not liking this new person because it's not their parent. And they're coming in between the situation. You might have to cut your child off. You might have to set some boundaries. You might have to say, look it, you need to stop the pattern. If you act up, I'm not going to talk to you. Cut them off, meaning give them the silent treatment. In other words, or you might be getting the silent treatment. Your kid may say, if you decide to marry this person, or if you move in with him or her, I'm separating, I'm cutting you out. But the bottom line is all about that you need to stop the pattern. You see where it says stop the pattern? In other words, your child, either your adult child, whether it's a young adult like a teenager or an older adult like 20s or 30s, they're spoiled brats. They aren't living your life for you. And just because they're parents, just because you're divorced from their mother or father, or their mother and father have passed on and you have met somebody that you want to share your life with, it doesn't mean that they get to decide for you. It doesn't mean that they get to act like a spoiled brat. And they say, if you live with this person, or if you marry this person, if you're serious with this person, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to give you the silent treatment. I'm going to cut you out. I'm going to separate from you. I'm going to cut you down. If your child is acting like that, let them. Don't let them blackmail you. Don't let them hold you hostage. Sometimes you have to call your kids on your behavior and say, fine, if you're going to act like an asshole, so be it. If you don't want me to be happy just because I divorced your mother or father, or because I found love after your mother and father passed on, tough shit. If you want to cut me out of your life, have it. Have at it. Don't let them hold your happiness hostage. Don't let them call the shots. Don't let them emotionally blackmail you because they want to control your life, because they're too narcissistic or self-centered to let go of their thoughts about how you should live your life and what makes you happy. That's not only delusional, it's selfish and it's wrong. Because I'm getting with the King of Pentacles, it's all about taking care of business. It's all about, not only about your happiness in a relationship, it's all about the rest of your life. This is a partnership. You need to worry about who's going to pay the bills, how you're going to take care. And I'm getting that this is a partnership in which this will build a security in future. I'm also getting that there's a lot of you that you're not only in marriages and or you're going to be living together, you're going to be doing like a blending of careers. I'm getting that you share the same life's passions and you have the same spiritual goals. You have humanitarian projects that you want to accomplish together. That this isn't just, let's say, a marriage. This is a life partner. This is divine partnerships in which you have a common goal, in which the divine God and Yeshua brought you together because you have a divine purpose, and you together you blend well together, and this is part of your life's mission, and you're supposed to be together, not just so you have a great romantic partner, but also because this is part of your plan for God. And what's happening is that a lot of divine mates are coming, all of the divine mates are coming together now in order to help raise the vibration of the earth and help with the ascension. And so these partnerships are not only going to serve God, but they're going to serve humanity, because you're going to have all the resources, money, funding. You, as a partnership, as a divine partnership, it's like you need to be brought together, because the resources that you bring together, it's like the resources and the skills that and it's like you come together, you're a power couple. I'm getting power couples. And this union is going to help bring back good to society. So don't be emotionally blackmailed or held hostage by your adult children or your, let's say, adolescent children or your teenage children. Sometimes you have to let your children go for a little bit and establish boundaries, just like in the first reading, in order to be happy, in order to fulfill your life's purpose. You're at a crossroads and you're deciding that you want to be with this person. You love this person serves you. However, their children, your children might not be happy about it. And as I said, this is a very specific reading, so this may or may not be for you. So if this isn't, just take what resonates with the first reading and maybe the next reading, but not this. But this is all about a blended family in which some adult children or adolescent or teenage children, younger adult children, all right, they're emotionally blackmailing you and trying to make your life miserable because you want to move on, because you're no longer married to their mother or father, their parent, their other parent, and or their other parent has passed on and they don't want you to move on because they're not ready. It's tough shit. You need to think about your future. Just because you're not with their partner anymore doesn't mean that you have to roll over and die. You have a right to move on. You have a right to security. You have a right to fulfill your life's purpose. You have a right to stability and security and fulfillment in your life. So it's all about not being held emotionally blackmailed by your children, especially your adult children. Just because you've decided to move on, you need to establish boundaries and not let your children get away with it, and don't let them hold your happiness hostage. Okay? Now and you see there's a lot of correlation between the first reading and the second reading. So could be both for you. Who knows? All right. Last one. Here we go. Soul Tribe family. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, can I get a reading for those that are watching, what they can expect for the upcoming week and this weekend? What can they expect? What messages do you have? Any special messages or confirmation you have for whoever's watching for this weekend and the upcoming week? What say you, Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua the Christ? Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua the Christ, what message do you have for those that are watching for the weekend and the upcoming week? What say you, Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua? Okay, we got the golden mirror, narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided. All right. Obviously, there's a caveat about some person in your. Oh, wow! And my ears ringing. Wow, and my ears ringing. So this one is a real big reading. All right, and we got the death card. So there's some big endings and big change. All right, five of pentacles. So there's going to be some loss. It's going to happen quickly, but then after this loss, there's going to be sovereignty and independence. All right, folks. So I'm getting right now that there's going to be there's a lot of people that are in relationships with the narcissists. It's all about those that are in relationships with narcissists. There's a lot. All right, involves love bombing, people that are self-absorbed or one-sided. Now, this could be a romantic relationship, or it could be, there's a lot of us that have narcissistic parents, all right, narcissistic children, or we have narcissistic family members and friends and or people that are close to us. But I think this is more, I have to tell you, I feel this is more that people that are in relationships, romantic relationships with the narcissist more than anything. All right. I feel like it's going to be great change. All right. I feel there's going to be a lot of people that are letting go and walking away from relationships, ending the cycles because you're suffering too much of a loss. You're suffering loss of finances because this person doesn't consider you and how hard you work and is always taking and overspending. You have a loss of self-esteem, loss of peace, because this person is a complete narcissist and is very self-absorbed and self-centered. All right. You're going to decide this very quickly because it's like they've been putting up with this shit for a long time. And all of a sudden it's like you can't take anymore. It's going to be imminent. Like it's like all of a sudden, what's that saying? That broke the camel's back. It's like all of a sudden it's like, bam, you can't take it anymore. It is like you're done. And all of a sudden, it's like after putting up with this shit for a long time, something's going to trigger you. And that is it. You are going to end it very abruptly and very soon. And it's going to be a sudden change. It's like you can't take it anymore. And good for you. Good for you. As you know, I do think this could be some relationships in, with maybe parents and or siblings. There's going to be endings and you're going to walk away from the relationships, but I feel more so that this is more for love relationships and romantic relationships. Okay, because I see you're going to be completely independent, and it's not going to be easy, but I feel that once you get through this, you're going to be just fine, because this is somebody that has complete sovereignty and independence. And don't worry about finances and getting resources, because this person, this girl, she has everything. She has her own money. She has her own friends. She has her own place. This is living in the lap of luxury. So it's almost like once you decide that enough is enough and you are no longer going to be abused, emotionally abused by this narcissist who wants to control you. It's all about them. Once you decide that that's it, I'm done, I'm turning away, walking away, and making a change. And it's like the straw that breaks the camel's back. All of a sudden, after putting up with it, you're done because you've said that enough's enough. I've suffered enough loss of my time, my energy, my money, my self-esteem, my peace, everything, my joy. They're taking too much. It's like once this happens, it's like your life opens up and everything that's been held back from you is going to open up. You're going to have more money, more time, more resources. Look at that. You have complete sovereignty and complete independence. And if you're staying in a relationship because you're afraid about money and finances, about paying the bills, this says don't worry about it, because it literally has so much money. Look at all these pentacles. She's literally, this is the card of living in the lap of luxury. So it's like once you decide to put yourself first, the path is lit up for you. And God in the universe takes care of you and makes sure that you're okay and you have everything you need, all the resources to stand on your own and be completely independent and sovereign and feeling great about yourself. So, reading number 3 is all about, just like the first two themes. Do you see the theme in all three of them? It's all about loving yourself and not taking crap and stopping taking shit from people, whether it's your child, whether it's your brother, your sister, your mate, your husband, whoever it is. It's all about taking charge, because putting up with situations, putting up with abuse, putting up with narcissists, putting up with people that don't respect you, you lose so much of your energy, you lose so much of your peace and your joy, and even your money, your finances. It's not worth it. You have to take care of yourself. You have to love yourself first, because if you don't, you lose your energy, you lose so much in yourself, and you have an empty cup. And when you have an empty cup, you become resentful and angry, and or you become self-loathing or depressed and anxious. And then you deplete yourself and you become, and when you don't have ease, you have dis-ease, and then you become sick in your mind or your body, and usually both. Or you become resentful, or you become lethargic, and you have no energy, because and you, when you're burning the candle at both ends and you're giving too much of yourself, you become resentful and angry because you're depleting yourself and you're giving so much of yourself. You're not giving enough time to yourself and nurturing and loving yourself. So all three readings, Soul Tribe family, are all about taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, establishing boundaries, taking care of yourself, knowing that if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will. And it's your duty to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you have nothing to give to others. You teach people how to treat you, and God and Yeshua love you, and they want you to love yourself and to treat yourself the way they love and treat you. And that is the common thread to all the readings. And I think they're very beautiful, Soul Tribe family. So I hope those resonate. Let me know in the comment section what readings resonated, if all three of them resonated. I always like to get feedback. I will see you tomorrow night for Saturday Night Live, the big live show. That's the real live. I'll definitely be live. It's not taped. And I will be doing the thumbnail for it tomorrow, so you'll see it. And you'll see me on Sunday. All right, I'll see you in the chat later on when I release this. I love you, my Soul Tribe family. God bless you, and bye. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, TGIF.